For generations, Neptune has been little more than a distant mystery. A frozen blue ghost lingering at the edge of our solar system. Silent. Remote. Forgotten. The eighth planet was written off as a lifeless marble drifting through a dark orbit, too far from the sun to matter, too cold to care about. Astronomers shelved it long ago, labeling it a quiet anomaly, a gas and ice giant locked in permanent stillness. But that story has now been shattered. The James Webb Space Telescope, the most powerful eye humanity has ever turned toward the cosmos, has pierced Neptune's veil. And what it revealed has sent shockwaves through the scientific world. At a recent global symposium, Neil deGrasse Tyson didn't just deliver a lecture, he detonated a bombshell. The data he presented didn't just challenge old models of Neptune. It broke them apart. And in doing so, it forced us to confront an unthinkable possibility. Neptune may not be a planet in the way we've always defined planets. It may be something else entirely, something stranger, something alive with forces we've never before imagined. For centuries, Neptune's story seemed straightforward. Unlike the other planets, it wasn't even seen before it was discovered. Its existence was first predicted by mathematics, born from mysterious wobbles in Uranus's orbit, subtle tugs that betrayed the gravitational presence of an unseen giant. When Neptune was finally observed in 1846, astronomers assumed they knew what it was: a distant gas and ice planet, frigid and uneventful. Voyager 2's flyby in 1989 briefly teased us with storm systems and winds faster than any on Earth, but once the spacecraft moved on, so did we. Neptune was dismissed as a cold curiosity, another page in the planetary catalog. But that dismissal was a mistake. Beneath Neptune's swirling cobalt atmosphere, hidden for eons, lies a reality that refuses to be ignored any longer. Webb's infrared gaze and Earth's powerful radio interferometers have pulled back the curtain. And the revelations are staggering. Neptune, it turns out, doesn't play by the rules. The traditional model of a gas giant is simple: a dense core, layers of ice, an envelope of gas. Predictable. Stable. Textbook. But Webb's instruments reveal Neptune as a chaotic mosaic. Instead of neat stratification, its depths churn with contradictions. Zones of plasma like slush shift unpredictably, while buried pockets erupt with mysterious heat. This is heat that should not exist at such a distance from the sun. No tidal forces from nearby moons. No solar radiation strong enough to explain it. Yet Neptune glows with thermal energy from within, as though it hides a furnace in its frozen heart. And then comes the most unsettling idea of all. Neptune may be partially hollow. Its depths could contain vast resonant cavities, strange chambers that trap and reflect waves of energy, electromagnetic, gravitational, perhaps even something we don't yet understand. Imagine a planet singing a note so low, so alien, that we've only just begun to hear it. Tyson described Neptune as a body in constant internal motion, unpredictable, unstable, perhaps even on the edge of planetary collapse. And Neptune's strangeness doesn't stop at its interior. For decades, we knew its magnetic field was odd, tilted, offset, out of place. But new data shows something no one expected. Neptune's magnetic field is evolving in real time. Imagine Earth's magnetic poles wandering unpredictably, not just over millennia but shifting constantly, breaking apart and reforming. Neptune's field is alive with cycles we don't yet comprehend. The explanation may lie in one of the strangest materials in the universe, superionic ice. This is not ordinary ice. It is a bizarre phase of matter that behaves like something out of science fiction. In this state, water transforms into a hybrid of solid and liquid. Oxygen atoms lock into a crystalline lattice, while hydrogen ions roam freely, creating an electrically conductive soup, a kind of lightning-infused slush. And under Neptune's crushing pressures, these exotic ices may be flowing like vast rivers, powering a magnetic engine unlike anything in the solar system. If that's true, then Neptune isn't simply a cold ball of gas. It is an active machine, a dynamic body powered not by sunlight, but by chemistry, pressure, and alien physics. It might be the prototype of an entirely new class of worlds, planets that generate their own weather, their own energy, even their own storms, without needing a star. And speaking of storms, Neptune's winds are the fastest in the solar system, screaming across the planet at over 1,300 miles per hour. But here's the paradox. Neptune receives less than 1/2000th the sunlight Earth does. By every rule of planetary science, it should be calm, quiet, inert. Instead, it rages with hurricanes the size of Earth, storms that appear and vanish in weeks, and jet streams that howl in defiance of physics. The only explanation? Neptune fuels its own weather. Its storms are born not from starlight, but from the pulsing chaos of its interior. Thermal bursts surge upward, detonating into the atmosphere, driving cyclones and vortexes that have no right to exist so far from the sun. Neptune may be the first known world with a climate system powered entirely from within, a self-sustaining storm engine in the dark. And then, as if things weren't strange enough, Webb picked up something even more unnerving: radio signals. Not the normal kind caused by solar wind interactions, but deeper, darker frequencies that rise from within the planet itself. These signals don't match any natural atmospheric process. Some whisper of unknown quantum activity in Neptune's core. Others hint at matter states we've only theorized in labs. Whatever the case, Neptune is broadcasting a voice we've never heard before, and it may be trying to tell us something we can't yet understand. All of this forces us to ask, what exactly is Neptune? Is it truly a planet? Or is it something else, something that sits in the gray zone between definitions? Tyson introduced a chilling idea. Neptune might not just be a planet at all. It might be a transitional object, a relic from the early days of the solar system, when stars and planets blurred together in chaotic formation. A failed star that never ignited. Or a wandering body captured long ago and reshaped by the sun's gravity. Perhaps it represents a class of celestial objects we don't even have language for yet. And if Neptune is so radically misunderstood, what does that mean for the thousands of mini-Neptunes and sub-Neptunes discovered orbiting other stars? For years, we've judged their habitability, structure, and chemistry using Neptune as the standard. But if Neptune itself is a lie, then our models collapse. Those countless exoplanets may not be cold, boring gas giants. They might be seething, active worlds filled with exotic matter, strange weather, and magnetic engines of unimaginable power. Some of them might even harbor the raw ingredients for life. Life not as we know it, but life driven by internal energy, shielded from starlight, thriving in alien chemistry. The implications are staggering. Neptune, once the least interesting of planets, may be the most important. Not just a planet, but a key. A warning. A reminder that the universe is far stranger than our textbooks admit. Neptune hums with an energy we barely understand. It bends physics, warps categories, defies classification. It is not silent, it is not frozen, it is not dead. It is alive, perhaps not biologically, but dynamically, chemically, energetically alive. A planetary enigma that stands as a monument to our ignorance. Neil deGrasse Tyson ended his speech with words that left the hall in silence. He said Neptune is not just out there at the edge of the solar system. It is at the edge of knowledge itself. And when you stare into Neptune, you are staring into a truth we are only just beginning to face. The universe does not care about our categories, our rules, our neat equations. It is stranger. Wilder. Louder. and far more alive than we ever dared to believe. So now the question is yours. What is Neptune? A failed star? A planetary machine? A cosmic relic? Or something so alien we don't even have the words? Whatever it is, one thing is certain: Neptune has spoken, and the universe will never be the same.